If they could find this virus in you at all, and with PCR, if you do it well, you can find almost anything in anybody. If you can amplify one single molecule up to something that you can really measure, which PCR can do, then there's just very few molecules that you don't have at least one single one of them in your body, okay? So that could be thought of as a misuse of it, just to claim that it's meaningful. It doesn't tell you that you're sick, and it doesn't tell you that the thing you ended up with really was going to hurt you or anything like that.
Okay guys, so there we have Carrie Mullins, the inventor of the PCR test, telling us that it's not a diagnostic test. He says it's a misuse to claim that it's meaningful. So if it's not meaningful, then what is it? And if it's not a diagnostic test, then why are we using it to diagnose coronavirus? So now we have all of these lockdowns, all of these tiers, all of this bullshit happening over these new cases, which could very well be false positives. So anyway, let's take a look at the statistics. As you can see, there is a rise in new cases. Of course there is, because they're now doing mass testing. They're now testing school children. They weren't doing that before. But as you can see, there isn't as many deaths as there were in April. You know, surely more positives equals more deaths. Well, no, not at all, because now they're just testing more people with a faulty test or a non-diagnostic test, and they're using that to add to the number of cases, which is used to drive the fear, which is used to implement the lockdowns. So as of Monday, the 4th of January, there was 75,431 deaths within 28 days of a positive test. Okay, so let's say you do a test and it comes up as positive because the tests are not diagnostic tests and they can find anything in anyone, says the guy who invented them. Now, let's say 2 weeks later you have a heart attack. Your death is going to be added to this statistic, even if you get hit by a bus, or even if you fall off a ladder like this unfortunate guy right here. Falls 10 foot off a ladder and dies of coronavirus. Come on, guys, come on. But oh my god, the NHS is so overwhelmed and there's no beds and it's bursting at the seams and we're all gonna die. Well, hang on a sec. Let's go back to 2012. So in 2012, hospitals were full to bursting as bed shortages hit danger level. In 2013, hospitals scrambled to prevent crisis in NHS toughest ever winter. In 2014, more patients, overstretched doctors, is the NHS facing a winter crisis. 2015, hospital bed occupancy rates hit record high, risking care. 2016, NHS hospitals now so overwhelmed patients could die, says top doctor. 2017, NHS bosses sound alarm over hospitals already running at 99% capacity. 2018, NHS intensive care units sending patients elsewhere due to lack of beds. In 2019, hospital beds at record low in England as NHS struggle with demand. And now we're at 2020. UK coronavirus alert level to be raised as NHS could be overwhelmed without more action. Guys. They're overwhelmed every year, apparently. Every year. This year, it's just a different narrative. Relax. So yeah, to summarize, this is all a load of shit. Coronavirus is a real virus, but there's literally no pandemic. Both of the statistics, whether that's the cases or the deaths, are both completely exaggerated. As you know, the tests are not diagnostic tests, and they're being used to diagnose coronavirus. Of course, there's going to be a crazy amount of positives. Of course, there's going to be a lot of deaths, because anyone that dies within a 28-day period of a positive test is going down as a coronavirus death. So all these statistics that we're seeing, all of the statistics that they're using to push the fear into us are fabricated lies. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? So hope all that made sense. And yeah, stay sane, guys. We can fucking do this. We just gotta stick together, keep waking people up, keep doing what you're doing, and we will get through this. Mwah. Love to you all. Mwah.